course. Let's move you to this now. Music fans will welcome singer, songwriter and Grammy Award winner Tyla at the Tambo International Airport. Now, the Johannesburg-born 23-year-old Tyla Laura Seethal is touching down on home soil to celebrate her win with friends, family and fans alike. The pop sensation and Grammy Award winner has been catapulted to international stardom after her 2023 multi-platinum single Water, which made top 10 charts in multiple countries including the United States and United Kingdom. Here's SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa with the story for us. Mbalenhle, thank you for your time. So take us through what is happening there today.
Well, fans have gathered here at the Tambo Airport to welcome Grammy Award winning musician Tyla. Now, I'm just going to ask my camera colleague just to pan to show you the number of people. We're just moments away from her walking out of those doors. We know that we've just seen her bags being rolled out, and she will be here any moment now. I'm going to try and grab one or two of the people that you see in front of me. I'm so sorry. I'm going to ask you to take a step back. It's quite a tight squeeze here at the airport. Ma'am, you look fairly young and you seem very excited. And just a short while ago, you were playing her music and singing along. And we know that she got that award for the Grammy Award for her song, Water.
Yes, I'm super excited to see Tyla, very, very proud of her and her achievements. And she set the bar for South Africans that anything is attainable and that you can manifest all goodness and success in your life.
And you know, let me check your general knowledge, your Tyla general knowledge. How old is she?
She's 22 years old.
Okay. And where is she from?
She's from Johannesburg East.
Okay. So she knows her general knowledge. Let's check someone else's general knowledge. Okay, the ma'am over there is looking away. Someone else here, ma'am. Ma'am, please come closer. Let's find out. Oh, there's a young one here who also wants to have their say while we wait for Tyla to walk out of those glass doors behind us. Ma'am, you are very young. Where's your mom?
Mom, she's actually at home. I came with my aunt and she's sitting right now. I just came to stand because my aunt's not a big fan.
Okay. And why are you a big fan and why did you come here? And I mean, how much did it take for you to convince your parents to allow you to come here?
Well, I never really convinced them. I came here to fetch someone and then we got our bags, and now when I found out that Tyla's coming, because we were waiting and then I heard someone say Tyla's coming, and I was so happy that I decided to wait here.
No problem. Well, there are people here, young, both young and old. I had the minister just standing by. I'm not sure where he's disappeared to, but while we're waiting for the minister to come back to us, I'm going to find someone else who can speak to us. There are not just ladies here, there are also men who are here. Sir, you are one of the fans who has come here, and you have also been schooling me in your general knowledge, in Tyla general knowledge. Why are you here? And when did you find out that Tyla would be landing?
Yes, I must say it was not broadcasted very widely. So we only found out this morning, and we've made our way here to welcome her back. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of her music. I think she's brilliant. She's very, her music is just amazing. So.
And obviously, I mean, we've seen a lot of our musicians, you know, making it big outside of South Africa. You know, what would you say makes her music different?
She's still keeping the South African flavor to it, the Amapiano flavor, but merged with latest tunes. So yeah, she's just brilliant.
Now, the camera is going to shake just a little bit because I'm going to bring in someone who is a music icon. And this is someone you will remember from hip-hop group Squat Camp. And he's become quite a voice of reason in the music industry, providing analysis and so on. He's also one of the people who has come to the airport to welcome Tyla. Thank you so so much for allowing us to force this interview onto you. And your thoughts, how are you feeling?
Well, firstly, I want to tell the people that are live on the Slick on Live Instagram page, I was famous before. I used to be an artist, so don't be surprised when I'm behind the camera. Don't have a Grammy, though. I have a Sama. How do I feel? What's your question?
Okay, you're here, right? We're seeing a lot of musicians taking South African culture and South African music outside of South Africa. I mean, Tyla is famous not only in South Africa, but it's the US, it's Europe, and all over the world, you know. And would you say that this is a trend that we're going to be seeing? And what really set Tyla's music apart from everyone else and gave her this world fame?
Look, I mean, I know I was joking about me making music, but the beauty for me is that I'm experiencing the trajectory from my time. And I'm also I'm here behind the scenes now experiencing the trajectory. So it's just great for us just to see where it's going. And you know, we've had like incredible artists like Mbalenhle Mthethwa who've literally done a lot of work, but that was in a different time. But to see this in a new generation, to see like a girl who's literally almost 22 years old, super young, starting her career like with a Grammy, is something that in our generation, it's the first time. So I'd say we're experiencing that global connection that guys like you, the late Hugh, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, Kaifas, you know, Mama Lady, all those people who did incredible things in the world. We're actually experiencing that as Africa now. Even if you look at the whole genre with Amapiano, we being given that to hash it out to the world again. So that's exciting. And I'm glad to be watching it also from the back and experiencing it in this way also.
Certainly. I mean, you've just mentioned something that's become quite a culture where Amapiano has become world famous. And you're absolutely right. The last time we saw people gaining world fame or being recognized internationally was during the times of Mamu Miriam Makeba, which was a very long time ago. But, I mean, as a music commentator now, I mean, what would you say that we're doing differently? And yes, you did start the trend, you know, and you did sort of pave the way for many young people who we are seeing right now doing things completely differently. But what makes Tyla's music stand out maybe from others? You know, we've also had Afro-pop musicians, you know, who've made it big in Africa, but not quite as big internationally.
Look, I think that right now everything is always about the right time. It's always about honesty and the truth. The piano sound is our sound, but Tyla wasn't trying to be piano she's from Pretoria. She still kept who she is, what inspired her, which is obviously R&B. So the truth of what inspires you and the truth of where the country is. And then that literally comes together and becomes a global appealing thing, because she's also young, she's pretty, and she can look like any girl in the world. So you put all those truths together, and she also brings the truth of where she comes from, which is that sound of piano, and she mixes it with probably what she's been influenced with, which is R&B. And she's a young pretty girl also who could be any girl in the world. You put that, it's success, and then you put the right timing, it's success. There's nothing else that anybody can actually theorize and go, this is what she did. It's the right timing, it's the truth in the music, which is the log drum, which was popular. It's what influences her, and she could be any girl in the world that's pretty, that loves dancing, that's on social media, because that's how she built her career, right? Everyone's on social media, but she was consistent also. So also a piece of hard work counts to all that, in my view.
Now, we've recently had the Department of Arts and Culture introducing what we see over there, the Cultural and Creative Industry Award, where it's trying to recognize everyone in the creative arts industry, whether it's musicians, those in the textile industry, and we know that event is taking place today. Would you say that it is long overdue? And I mean, the minister saying that, you know, he would like rather to see more and more people participating in that award ceremony, and even international artists participating in that. Do you feel that we give these people enough recognition, and do we have enough platforms for people's talents to be recognized in South Africa?
Well, listen, I mean, everything is about timing. Time is so important. Of course, this is important, you know, but it's the weekend when Jesus is supposed to be born or rise from the dead. So now the creatives are competing with Jesus, you know. So most of the creatives are literally praying to get more gigs, to get awards. The timing is just not right. But yes, we do need these things, and we do need more amplification and put on the right platform. I just think the timing is not right. We cannot have something for creatives that competes with Easter. You know what I mean? That's just me, but I think the idea is good, and the timing is right, and the ambition is always right. Intent is always right, but timing.
You know, you said something very important and quite crucial, you know. Many artists have been criticized for going abroad and then coming back with a different accent. And what you've said is that Tyla has kept it authentically South African, you know, and especially since the world is drawn to the South African flavor, for lack of a better word, and the South African culture. And this is somewhat of an opportunity to take the South African culture outside of South Africa. What is your view on that?
I think that I just think that we've always had it as Africans, South Africans. Whether you talk about Gqom, whether you talk about piano, whether you talk about Afropop, whether you talk about Motswako, we've always been able to innovate sounds that even come from the world or even create sounds. So for me, I don't want the rest of the South Africans or Africans to feel that they need to change who they are. All we need to do, we need to be smart enough to know how to integrate the rest of the world in the things that come from us. And then we'll literally grow further. So I think that that's my view on that. It's just, we've always had it. This is not new. As I say, when I talk about you, I talk about Ladysmith Black Mambazo, where a whole Paul McCartney was literally using their whole song. We've been doing this. We just need to know that we have it and we can do it, and it's about timing, and we need to be consistent, you know.
You must be very proud of Tyla, and this is why you are here.
Yeah, definitely. Very proud of Tyla, and you know, I mean, it's just one of those things where I feel that we need to all come together at times like these with artists. There's also artists that are not doing as well as Tyla that I'm always there for. You know what I mean? Who are far from where Tyla is, that we're always there for. So we don't only celebrate who we need to pull up, but we also celebrate who's already going up. So they also remember that they actually are leaders at the time. It's important for us to say Tyla is a leader. Our job is people. We're not leaders anymore in our time. We're just supposed to help amplify to make people acknowledge that Tyla is a leader for her generation regardless. Our time is gone. Right now, our job is, I always say, the older people are able to they have the networks, you know, they have the wisdom. The younger people have the speed. And if you bring wisdom and speed together, like me here now saying that, yo, we need to say she's a leader and put her up there. We've got the networks and the respect to say maybe we should believe it. But she's got the speed to make sure that she delivers on it. And that's why we're here.
Thank you so much, Slicker, for speaking to us. I'm going to get your real name very shortly. As you... Okay, you heard that. While we continue waiting, the songstress could walk out of those doors any moment now. And while we wait, I'm going to try and flag down the minister's spokesperson or the minister himself, who actually got away from us when he received a call, and he's been on the phone call ever since. And we are hoping that the spokesperson will be able to bring him to us before the songstress walks through those doors. It is a very eventful day. I mean, people are very excited. More and more people are coming in. I'm just going to ask my camera colleague to pan again, just to show you images of children. I mean, people who are here. It's both young and old. People holding little flyers of Tyla, so the South African flag. And as you know, she has waved the South African flag very high and given hope to many young people who aspire to be musicians, as you have heard. And she is a nominee me this evening for the inaugural Cultural and Creative Industry Award happening later on this evening. We continue to wait with them. I'm going to try and call the spokesperson to come and speak to us. So there, the minister is done with that telephone call, and we are going to flag him down. We are live, Minister. We need you to come here. He's holding a bouquet of red flowers, red roses, getting ready and standing by to hand them over to the Grammy Award winning artist. There he is walking towards me. Any moment now, we will be speaking to the Minister of Arts and Culture, getting his views and getting his thoughts before Tyla actually walks out. The family is also here. We have seen them, and they have been in conversation with the minister. We are going to speak to the minister about those conversations. Someone is distracting the minister while we are waiting for him. Minister, we are live. We are live, Minister. Oh, Minister, you keep us waiting. God, thank you so much, Minister, for finally speaking to us. Today is a day that marks yet another South African great coming back to South Africa after taking the South African culture, South African music, South African textiles, South African everything really to the world. I mean, there's been a lot that has happened, and there have been a lot of wins while you have been at the helm of the arts and culture industry. Your thoughts?
Well, it looks like for the past 10 months, almost every month we come to this terminal at OR Tambo, representing the true spirit of and the character who OR Tambo was, of celebration, internationalism, what our artists are doing and our sportsmen and women are doing on global stage. What makes me happy about Tyla is that nothing is impossible. Your conditions and your situation must not determine your future. Coming from the background she comes from, it's an inspiration from a young girl of Edendale, of a young girl from Meshas Plain, of a young girl from Atteridgeville, that regardless of the circumstances, you could actually occupy a big stage like the Grammys. It's an inspiration for me. I was with her parents earlier. They identified this talent at the age of 4, and they began to support her. And maybe it's an inspiration to parents as well, because without parents sometimes government cannot do without that support. Parents, when we identify such talent, creatives, government must support where it's possible as an enabler. We're quite happy that she comes on the day when we're recognizing and celebrating the Creatives and Cultural Awards tonight. Should be part of us. It's an inaugural awards where we're celebrating the best among us. We're celebrating excellence, we're rewarding them, because we must inspire the younger generations about their achievements.
Now, the award ceremony is long overdue. You know, I've been speaking to someone who was once a musician, as a member of Squatter Camp, which was a hip-hop group back in the 90s. You remember it, I can tell from your smile.
I saw him earlier, yeah.
Certainly. And he's spoken to us, and he said that the timing of the award ceremony is all wrong. While the initiative is good, but it seems as though the ceremony is competing with the Easter weekend, which is usually associated with, you know, people traveling to faraway places for different reasons and to places of worship. What are your thoughts to those sentiments?
Well, that I appreciate. But you must remember, each day, if you put it on Monday, there will be people who may not be available, because we're quite the mobility of people. There are many reasons. It's a busy weekend, but I think that is the only weekend available, unfortunately. And I think with the number of people that have confirmed RSVPs, more than 1,000 throughout the country, almost all our nominees, including Tyla, has confirmed availability. It's a good start in inaugural celebration. That says something. I'm sure we'll consider the timing when we meet again, because it's going to be annual. But we think this weekend too, we must celebrate the excellence, the best among us, including Tyla.
Now, when we talk about some of the other successes, I mean, we're seeing you supporting a lot of other artists. You know, we've seen you supporting the Springboks, we've seen you supporting Banyana Banyana, we've seen you supporting those in the textile industry, and one of those is the Maxhosa designer, who is also a nominee and who held a fashion show. I was there in my personal capacity, but you were there in your official capacity, showing your support. Why is it important for you to keep showing your support, not only when the cameras are there, but even when the cameras are not there?
What I found in this sector, including sport, let me just start with sport. You can ask the same question, why our national team is doing better? And some of the players, they say to us, when we begin to see the support from yourself, from the country, that gives us an inspiration and encouragement. Some of these people, the designers, the fashion people that we are talking about, have never been recognized, and they're doing well in global stage. And it's here back home are not recognized. That's why we have a fashion and design category tonight of Maxhosa and many others. We've got Magji and the last way in terms of the online content. These are the people who are doing well for our country and are not being recognized. And I think it's important for me as a leader of the sector to always make time available, especially when people are really, you know what gives them inspiration about people like Tyla is what I said earlier. To see people coming from the areas where she comes from, being present here. It's an inspiration to a young girl who would have decided today to do drugs, to do substance abuse, that actually I can do something better. That's why you see many of them here, young girls, because to see their inspiration, because for the longest time in our country, we do not have positive role models. These are positive role models in sport, in creatives, in arts and culture, and we must embrace them because these are building blocks of a nation we seek to build, social cohesion and national identity.
Certainly, you know, what you've just said reminds me of Mama Felicia Mabuza Sattle's words saying that you cannot be what you can't see. Many of us were inspired by seeing her on television, and we therefore aspired to be that, to be on TV, even though it's not in a talk show platform or format, but it did inspire us to find our way in these careers that we find ourselves in. And what you're saying is that the fact that a young 22-year-old could go into the world and get a Grammy inspires young people. And I'm sure you are pleased to be a part of this journey.
I'm pleased to see that journey. It's unfortunate that we have not seen this in the longest time in history. But it's never later than never. The issue, which is my vision, we must recognize and celebrate people and give them flowers while we can still smell them. Because in the past, we always recognize people posthumously. In their name, we name streets when they are no longer, they've departed. It's good to inspire the other generation and the living. When you recognize people, when they can still smell those flowers and say, here are your flowers, we recognize and thank you for your contribution.
No, certainly. I mean, let's also just continue to talk about that cultural and creatives industry award ceremony being held this evening. You've tried to include everyone, but you'll correct me if I'm wrong. The podcast industry is growing in leaps and bounds. Are we going to see a category including the podcast industry?
The podcast, as I said earlier, you've got Magji. Who was there, and many others. I won't tell you because already I'll give an indication who may win. We do have some of the best broadcasters, for example. People who have spent 30 years behind the mic. People like Wilson Bafana Nkosi, a legendary in his own right. These are the people who must be recognized whilst they still live and give them flowers and say, thank you. Behind the mic, you have demonstrated and shared. We have educated, we have created awareness in this country over years. These are the kind of things of a society we must build, a society that we must give hope. There must be confidence that tomorrow is better than today. That is where leadership must come in and give hope to its people.
Most of the time people need to submit their work, you know, in order to be considered for a certain award. What criteria did you rely on this time around in nominating those that are nominated today?
What we thought we should do for the integrity of the process, we appointed an education panel led by Nono Nchingila, the best among the best. I can see Tyla is coming. If you don't mind, let me go and hug her.
She's not coming yet. I'm watching the door for you.
We'll make sure that that independent education panel has had its own internal process to make sure that we get the best out of the best. They'll announce tonight.
Okay. I'm going to let you go, Minister. There you have it. We are just moments away. There she is. She is walking in. There is Tyla walking in, going to greet her family. That is her mother that she is hugging over there in the corner over there. She has just gotten off a flight and had to get ready for this. There is the minister waiting and standing by just to greet her and welcome her. And as you can see, that bouquet of roses red roses that I told you. And if you know anything about flowers, red roses signify love. And this is love from the ministry and love being passed to her as a music icon and as someone who has assisted and contributed to South African music industry and inspiring young girls. There she is over there in the corner, starting to sign some of the pieces of papers or the posters rather that are given to her by young people. A true inspiration to all of those unhappy there are those who said they are unhappy with the fact that there wasn't enough publicity or there wasn't enough time for people to know about this. It would have been interesting to see if more people would have made their way here. There she is going back to her parents before. Oh, she's got the Grammy with her. She's holding the Grammy up. There she is with the Grammy. There she is walking out, coming in front of us with the Grammy. There she is. She's got the Grammy in her hand, standing next to the minister, and more people, her parents coming and joining her in front of, next to the minister. There you have it. Tyla has landed with the Grammy Award that she received last month. Truly a beautiful moment, not only for the music industry, but for all of South Africans and young South Africans, a beacon of hope for many and someone that many can aspire to. Oh yes, she is some of the fans looking forward to be able to speak to her. Really very excited to be here with her. As you can see, very happy Tyla, happy to have brought back that Grammy to South Africa. Our South Africans right now playing her music in the background as she is carrying that Grammy Award, the much coveted Grammy Award. So we've got a lot of people here. Someone else, come here, this side, please. Some of your fans are here. This gentleman and this family have been standing by, and they asked me to speak to you. And if you can please just share some words of encouragement with young people around the country. You are a beacon of hope for many, and many are now aspiring to be like you and very excited. I mean, you're waving the South African flag very high. How do you feel at such a young age to have gone where many South Africans have never gone?
This is amazing, guys. I'm so happy. Thank you to everyone that came to welcome me home. I'm so happy to be home. I haven't been home in so long. I'm happy to bring the Grammy home to South Africa. And I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud of everyone. I want to let everyone know that all of our dreams are possible, no matter where you're from, no matter how little you have, no matter how much you have. All your dreams are possible, like for real.
Thank you so much. Thank you. There you have it. That is Tyla speaking to the SABC. We were the first to speak to her. She came here to speak to the SABC. Very glad, very pleased to have gotten that opportunity. For now, after keeping you here for a very, very long time, it is back to you in studio.
Right, Mbalenhle Mthethwa there on the pulse of that story, bringing us some of those conversations there where the pop sensation Tyla has just touched home soil. Thanks very much indeed for that.